In this video, we are going to rebuild our enemy AI into a cleaner and more scalable system using behavior tree, Blackboard, and a new AI controller. This project continues from the previous enemy AI series, so if you are completely new to Unreal Engine AI, you can watch that full series on my channel first. But if you already understand the basics of Unreal Engine and you just want to build a proper AI system, this series can also stand on its own. In this first episode, we will take the old blueprint-based enemy, clean it up, create a new AI controller, connect it to a behavior tree, and build a simple patrol system that we can expand later into chasing, attacking, and smarter decision-making. And if you want to support the channel and help me keep creating these tutorials, make sure to subscribe, like the video, or join the channel as a member. Now let us start by opening the content drawer and going into the AI folder. Inside this folder, we already have the enemy guard blueprint from the previous AI series. I am going to right-click on BP enemy guard and duplicate it. For the duplicated version, you can name it BP enemy guard 2, or you can use a cleaner name like BP enemy guard advanced. In my case, I will keep it as BP enemy guard 2. The reason I am duplicating this blueprint is simple. I do not want to destroy the old AI system from the previous series. That old version was useful because it showed how we can create a simple AI directly inside Blueprint, with movement logic, perception logic, and basic behavior. But now, because we want to move toward a more advanced and scalable AI system, we are going to rebuild most of that behavior using an AI controller, a Blackboard, and a behavior tree. So this duplicated blueprint will become our new advanced enemy version, while the old blueprint stays safe as a backup. Now I will double-click the duplicated enemy blueprint and open it. Inside the event graph, we can see the logic from the previous system. For this new version, I do not want to keep most of the old AI behavior. The parts related to movement, perception updates, and forgotten target logic are going to be removed, because those decisions should no longer live directly inside the enemy blueprint. Instead, we want the enemy blueprint to stay cleaner, and we want the AI controller and behavior tree to handle the decision-making. The only section I want to keep from the event begin play sequence is the part connected from then 1. This part belongs to our health system and ragdoll setup, so we still need it. Everything else related to the old patrol and perception behavior can be removed. I will also remove the sequence node itself and connect event begin play directly to the health change setup. Now the enemy blueprint is much cleaner. This is important because a messy enemy blueprint becomes very hard to expand later. If we keep adding patrol, chase, attack, hearing, investigation, and decision logic directly here, the blueprint will become harder to read and harder to debug. So our goal is to keep the character blueprint responsible for character-related features and move the actual AI behavior into the proper AI system. Next, we need to create a new AI controller. I will open the content drawer again, stay inside the AI folder, right-click in the empty space, and create a new blueprint class. In the class search, I will search for AI controller. AI controller is the class responsible for controlling AI characters. The character is the body, but the AI controller is more like the brain that tells the character what to do. We already had an AI controller from the previous series, but I want to keep that one as backup too, so I will create a new one for this advanced system. I will name this new blueprint BP AI Controller Advanced. Now we have a clean AI controller that we can use for our new behavior tree setup. Next, we need to create the behavior tree. Again, I will right-click in the AI folder, go to Artificial Intelligence, and create a new behavior tree. I will name it BT Enemy Guard. The behavior tree will be where we organize the AI logic. Instead of writing all decisions directly inside the enemy blueprint, we can create branches for different behaviors like patrol, chase, attack, and return to patrol. After that, we also need a Blackboard. So once again, I will right-click in the AI folder, go to Artificial Intelligence, and create a Blackboard. I will name it BB Enemy Guard. The Blackboard is the memory of the AI. It stores the values that the behavior tree needs, such as the target actor, patrol location, attack range, or any other information the AI needs to make decisions. So now we have the main assets ready. We have the duplicated enemy blueprint for the advanced version. We have a new AI controller. We have a behavior tree, and we have a Blackboard. In the next step, we will start connecting these assets together one by one, so the new enemy can actually use the AI controller, run the behavior tree, and start making decisions through the new system. Now that we have all the main assets we need, we can start connecting them together. First, let us open BP Enemy Guard 2. This is the duplicated version of our enemy, and this is the version we want to use for the advanced AI system. Inside the enemy blueprint, go to the Components panel, then look at the Details panel. In the Details panel, search for AI Controller. Here, we need to change the AI Controller class. I will set it to BP AI Controller Advanced. This means this enemy character will no longer use the old AI Controller logic. Instead, when this enemy is placed in the level or spawned in the game, it will be controlled by our new Advanced AI Controller. So now the enemy character has a new brain. After that, compile and save the blueprint. Now open the content drawer again and open BP AI Controller Advanced. Inside the event graph, we will use Event Begin Play. From Event Begin Play, drag out and search for Run Behavior Tree. This node tells the AI controller which behavior tree it should run when the game starts. For the BT asset, select BT Enemy Guard. Now compile and save. At this point, the setup is becoming connected. Our enemy character is using BP AI Controller Advanced, and BP AI Controller Advanced is running BT Enemy Guard. So the enemy has a body, it has a controller, and the controller now has a behavior tree that will define the actual logic. Next, let us open BT Enemy Guard. This editor looks a little bit like the blueprint graph, but the logic is organized as a tree. At first, behavior trees may look a little strange if you have not used them before, but after you work with them for a while, they become much easier to understand. The main advantage is that we can build more complex AI behavior in a cleaner way. Instead of placing every movement, attack, perception, and decision directly inside the enemy blueprint, we can separate the behavior into smaller tasks and let the behavior tree decide what should run. Now, from the root node, drag out and search for Selector. A selector is used when we want the AI to choose between different behavior branches. Later, we can use this for logic like attacking the player, chasing the player, or patrolling when there is no target. For now, we only have one simple behavior, but we are still creating the structure in a way that can grow later. From the selector, drag out and search for Sequence. A sequence runs tasks in order. So if we place multiple tasks inside this sequence, the AI will try to execute them one by one. For our first behavior, we want the enemy to find a random patrol location, move to that location, and then wait for a moment before choosing another location. Before we add the task into the behavior tree, we need to create the task itself. At the top of the behavior tree editor, click New Task. Name this task BT Task Patrol. This creates a new blueprint where we can define what this task actually does. Now open the new task blueprint. Inside the event graph, right-click and search for Event Receive Execute AI. This event is the starting point of our behavior tree task. It gives us access to the owner controller and the controlled pawn. The controlled pawn is the actual enemy character that this AI controller is controlling. From the execution pin, drag out and search for AI Move To. This is similar to the movement logic we used before in the enemy blueprint, but now it lives inside a behavior tree task. Connect the controlled pawn to the pawn input of AI Move To. This tells the movement node which pawn should move. Now we need to give the AI a destination. For this first patrol system, I want to show you a useful trick. Instead of moving the enemy to a fixed location, we can generate a random reachable location around the enemy. This gives us quick, randomized patrol movement, and it can be useful for many simple AI systems. From the controlled pawn, drag out and search for Get Actor Location. This gives us the current location of the enemy. From the return value of Get Actor Location, search for Get Random Reachable Point in Radius. This node will ask the navigation system to find a random valid point near the enemy. For the radius, I will use 5,000. This means the AI can choose a random reachable point within that range. Now connect the random location output to the destination input of AI Move To. Then set the acceptance radius to something like 10 or 20. The acceptance radius controls how close the enemy needs to get to the destination before the movement counts as successful. Now from the onSuccess output of AI Move To, connect to Finish Execute. Make sure success is checked. This tells the behavior tree that the task finished successfully after the AI reaches the patrol location. Now compile and save the task. After that, go back to BT Enemy Guard. From the sequence node, drag out and search for BT Task Patrol. You should find it under the task list. Select it and add it to the sequence. Then drag out from the sequence again and search for Wait. Add the Wait task after the patrol task. The Wait task makes the AI pause for a short moment after reaching the patrol location. You can change the wait duration depending on the feeling you want. For example, 5 seconds will make the enemy stop for a noticeable moment before choosing the next patrol location. Now we have a very simple patrol system built with a behavior tree. The enemy runs the behavior tree runs our custom patrol task, the task finds a random reachable point, the AI moves there, waits for a moment, and then repeats the process. This is still a simple behavior, but the structure is much better than keeping everything directly inside the enemy blueprint. From here, we can continue expanding the behavior tree with more advanced logic like player detection, chasing, attacking, and returning to patrol. Before we test the AI, let me quickly explain one important detail about the order of tasks inside a behavior tree. The behavior tree runs these tasks from left to right. You can see the small numbers next to each task. These numbers show the execution order. So right now, the patrol task runs first, and after that, the wait task runs. This means the enemy will move to a random patrol location first, then wait for 5 seconds. If I move the wait task to the left side, the order changes. Now the wait task becomes the first task and the patrol task runs after it. That means the enemy would wait first and only after that it would move to a new patrol location. For this setup, I want the enemy to move first and wait after reaching the location. So I will put the patrol task back on the left side. Now save the behavior tree. Next, let us open the level. Inside the level, I will delete the old enemy guard from the previous system. Then I will open the content drawer and drag BP Enemy Guard 2 into the level. Now click play. As you can see, the enemy chooses a random reachable location, moves to it, waits for 5 seconds, and then chooses another random location again. So now we have created our first simple patrol system using behavior tree. This is still a basic setup, but the foundation is much cleaner than before. In the next episode, we will start expanding this system and add more advanced behavior, like detecting the player and switching from patrol to chase. If this video helped you, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and if you want to support the channel directly, you can also use Super Thanks or join the channel as a member. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.